Hey everybody, this is going to be a really quick one. I just wanted to give you an update real quick. I don't want to really be live while Tommy's live. I want everybody to go over there and check it out. But this just now is happening. That's why I'm on here real quick. So just so you know, that's what you can see there, guys, is exactly what's going on. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big storm from what they're saying now. You know, there's really no other way to say it. But, you know, it is what it is. So we're going to run through this real quick. And, yeah, so let's just do that. Guys, everybody, please share this one. This is, the forecast has changed. And they're forecasting it now to be stronger than what they thought. And we were talking G3 yesterday, but now they're saying G3. And a lot of times with G3, when they forecast something like that, it ends up being stronger. And remember what I said about that it's not going to take as big of a storm to give us issues. So we're gonna talk about this for a second. This is no fear here, okay, guys? No fear. Don't nobody be scared about anything. This is not grid down. This isn't anything like that. But this is a significant storm, okay? So just understand that this could end up being the strongest one we've had this sun cycle. You know, when Noaa and NASA, you know, NASA's in a little spiral. This one here, they don't typically update that, and they did. Usually they'll just wait for the next CME and just put it on there. But this time they must have went back and added some extra data, seen something had changed or whatever. At least that's what I'm assuming. I could be wrong on that, but you can definitely see how that one out there in the front is the first CME. Okay, you can tell by the date. Go up here, look at the date. It starts on the 25th. But there's a second one behind it, and it catches up with the first one, which means 24 to 48 hours. Well, 20 really 20 to like 38 or 40 hours, less than 2 days that thing should be hitting. And I'm hoping that this is just the beginning of the first one, and it most likely is. But we also had a coronal hole stream we were dealing with. So, you know, remember what I said last night, guys? All that stuff was going to happen at once, and it was going to hinge a lot on the timing and the magnetic polarity of it, the VZ. That is so important. People have to understand that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys that real quick because I need to show you the space weather data anyway, because we're in a G2 right now. And yesterday when I showed you guys this, they were saying G1 for like, you know, 3 hours. Now they're saying geomagnetic storms. I'll show it to you in just a second. Anyway, but I started noticing the magnetosphere was reacting yesterday. It was late last night, but I knew that stuff was getting close because this thing we started to react to it a little bit. And that's what happens. Even when it's really far out, we still react a little bit. You can see our magnetosphere kind of bounce around a little bit, and this and that. But you can definitely see this. Okay, this is what's going on right now. I'm going to play these in just a second, but I'm not going to play them right this second because it eats up too much of my computer memory or RAM or whatever. But the VZ, -6. Remember, that's the magnetic polarity I was telling you guys about. When it's in a negative position, okay, that's when the stuff comes in easy. Remember, it's magnetics. So if, say, this was in a positive position, Earth's at a positive, right? So if it's at a positive also, they're pushing against each other. So if you change the magnetic polarity of the CME, solar wind stream, whatever you're talking about, if you change it to mainly negative, then they just get sucked together. And it completes a complete circuit, and it actually becomes just one big magnetic circuit. And that's how the stuff just flows in. And that's also why it flows in on the poles. So, yeah. Are we still 5 for 5 here, guys? Somebody tell me, unless I'm jacked up. Okay. Cool. Guys, please share it. I just wanted to do this really quick. So, But as you can see, look at the jump here. This is what happens. Okay, the phi angle even flipped a few times. But not only did we get -6, we were -14, so we were really negative right there. And there you go. Right? So when we got things like that happening, this is what it is. And I don't expect a whole lot of people to be here tonight, guys. I get it. I just kind of threw this together. So, but I did want to update you guys on this because this is a change, a big change in the forecast. So that's just what I'll say on that part of it. Oh, by the way, guys, please go check out Matthew Shipley. He does a really good job with the graphics over there. He knows what he's talking about. He's, you know, just awesome knowledge the guy has. He runs a 24-hour live stream with showing all the space weather and all these models I show you. But he has some really good, I think he has 8K now. He had fiber optics installed and stuff, so it looks really, really good. And when stuff like this happens, usually he'll pop on and tell everybody, hey, this is what's happening, and he'll pop off. But he does a really good job, so please go check his channel out. He just does a great job. I've learned stuff from him, so just know that. I mean, I can learn from everybody, but I say that because, you know, he is very knowledgeable about this subject. So, and seems to be, he's also a veteran, so I always support that. So, anyway, there's your CMEs right there. This is what NASA's saying, okay? I wish I could slow this down. I should have recorded it and put it in my own player here and slowed it down. So, here is, let's go over to, this is Noaa, okay? Remember when I showed you guys this forecast yesterday? I mean, yeah, it's completely changed. Hold on a minute. All right. Sorry, guys. I got real life happening too. I'm in my room here, but I had to take care of something real quick. But this is what's going on right this second. You can see how now they're forecasting this. G2, G1, G2. And then here at the end of the day, they're saying G3. Now, I have to say, guys, that a lot of times, this is, that it ends up being stronger. Now, if you look at this, see what this says? It says 6.67. That's real close to a G4. That's real close to KP7. So we're talking high end of G3 there, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, I'm speaking wrong there. KP6 is G2 storm. I'm sorry. I don't know why I misspoke right there. But G7 would be or KP7 would be G3. So, yeah. But as you can tell here, guys, look, we're still radiation storm. It looks like we're popping out of it now because we haven't had any bigger eruptions. Okay, on the sun the past, well, all day really. As we came off this last one that's going to be giving us some of these issues, that's what we're looking at. But again, we're looking at staying in the geomagnetic storm level for over 24 hours and significant stuff here. We're not talking about just you know, a little bit extra Aurora. Guys, we may or may not get this. This is almost a definite thing now. This thing is moving fast. Okay, and I said that yesterday, but I just didn't know exactly how fast. By the way, Matthew did a really good job on that too, mapping that out, showing people what the halo signature was yesterday. That was really cool. He's got some really cool tools he can put on his and shows everybody. It was really good. It was really good, really well done, well put together. So if you guys get a chance, please go over and check him out, please. I mean, you guys will be doing yourself a favor. I'm not sure if he's in here right now or not, but sometimes he pops in. But I really enjoy the way his look on things. It's not, you know, there's not, you know, we don't try to do fear, and he doesn't either. So I like that. It's just something I don't like coming out here and, you know, doing all that and being that person. But remember, if it's going to be grid down stuff, I'm going to tell you that straight up. Okay? And this is not it. I'm not saying we can't see issues unless things change, you know. Sometimes the grid down stuff could be a surprise to people, including the people that watch this stuff. So, but at what we're seeing now, the data and everything is saying no, it's not grid down, but it's significant. Okay, so they're saying G3. Let's go down here, and this is look at the Aurora right now. Check that out. Okay, Aurora photographers are probably having a freaking heyday right now. We're going to get some massively awesome Aurora photographs out of this. Promise you. That's no joke. Guarantee it's already happening. So as you can see this, and then bam, there it hit. So let me show you. Well, oh, let me go back here. This is the absorption graph I was showing you guys yesterday. That's what we look at for like flares. But it also shows the radiation when it ionizes our atmosphere. And you can see where it ionizes it. It's at the poles. That's where the stuff was coming in, the protons. So that's why you see this. And again, it sticks around. That's what's different than what X-rays are. Okay, protons is actual particles, right? You know, so when you're talking about X-ray, you're talking about light. So it's here and gone as fast as it gets here. But the particles actually are in our system, and they stick around for a minute. And that's what you're seeing there. So, yeah. So let me, I guess I can show you the total electron count, because this is significant also. This right here is what, you know, this is really what they started to look at first when they were trying to tie space weather to earthquake forecasting. So when the total electron count, which is exactly what that says it is, it's the electron count in the atmosphere, right? Depending on what altitude and all that kind of stuff. So when that's at an uptick, then you got to really take notice. And something else I want to point out, guess what else this does? This will affect your local weather. Big storms, lightning, all of that stuff. This affects this, okay? And right now, we're under some big, you know, wind thing over here. And it's been forecasted for a while. But this thing is hitting as these storms are firing up. Okay, so this is going to add energy to the atmosphere, and it could intensify these storms. I'm not saying it's going to, but it can increase the lightning potential, all these things. And yeah, earthquakes too, my strange road, 100%. But this is significant. When's the last time I showed you guys this and the magnometer looked like that? It's been probably a year since I've seen it really do something like that. I'm not trying to make it a big deal on that either. And I know I sound excited because this stuff excites me. I like it. It's, you know, so please do that. You know, just understand that. I'm not trying to play anything up or anything like that. Hey, Hilly, good to see you, bud. Hey, I like your new room you're doing in there with your live stream. Guys, go check out Hilly's channel. He does Bible study and stuff, man. It's awesome stuff too. He's really good at that, and people are really friendly over there too. I'm not going to send you somewhere where people aren't friendly, so you guys understand that. Okay, so let me show you the magnetosphere tools here. Yeah, I seen that too. They were talking about Dutchsense was saying, hey, Leisure, talking about earthquake upticks, and yeah, I mean, it's in Turkey. I definitely could see that. I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to, again, play anything up, but we got to keep all that stuff in mind, that this does affect earthquakes. And with the total electron count thing I just showed you guys, yeah, so let me pause that. I'm just going to grab this. So when you see the red colors here, guys, those are higher wind speeds. So people ask me, why is it not so red back here then? Well, because that's inside our magnetosphere, and that's inside the magnetic protection that our planet has, our magnetic field, right? So stuff's bouncing out off and around. Remember, we're three-dimensional. This thing is only a two-dimensional model. So you can't really get depth and all that. That's why they give you two different axes to look at here. You got the equatorial plane, and then you got the meridional plane here, basically a side cut. And that's when you top down and side cut, sun's off to the left, right? So when you see the higher wind speeds here, and the only thing I don't like about this model is it stops negative 600, or 600, I should say. The wind speed gets faster than that, guys. Okay? And let me show you. Let's go back to, is it here? Yeah. You see this right here? This is wind speed. So the graph right now is showing us 400 to 800. They wouldn't put 800 there if they didn't think it could get there. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's what they're expecting. So we did see a 700 right there, 756 or something like that, 703. So we were in the 700s there. When you get close to 800, you're talking close to 2 million miles per hour. Hey, Renee. That's fast, guys. So what that means is that CME, the one in the front, was moving fast too. Back at you, E-Rock. So, hey, Daryl. And so when the fast one's moving behind it, you know, all this timing matters. It truly does. So let's look at Noaa and what they're saying as far as the endless spiral here. I think I showed you guys this already. I might have or might not have. But check out what, you know, this is density up here and speed at the bottom. So see what happens there? You get you get the 1 CME there. See it? I know it ain't showing up here very well, but it doesn't matter. It's a CME. You can see it here. And then there's the second one. Now, you can tell right away, that thing's moving faster than the one in the front. So you look at that. Look at it catching up. I mean, like right now catching up. And I find it interesting that if this does pan out how Noah's saying, if this is the case, and that one behind the second one was moving faster than even what we thought, and these things are hitting almost at the exact same time, this could be really, really strong. Okay? You can see this right here. It's just what it is. I mean, this is, yeah, it's substantial. Okay? And again, we're not even in the middle of it, according to NASA, or Noaa. You know, we're kind of catching the side there. Now, NASA even changed their models, and I think they did because they didn't want people thinking that we were going to take that complete direct hit, because that's what we showed yesterday, remember? I mean, it was hitting like right in the middle. So, oh, hey, Matthew, good to see you, bud. Yes, it is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I get excited about this stuff. It's just awesome stuff. So that's what Noah's saying. That's what NASA's showing, and they are saying. I mean, they've changed their forecasting. Okay, guys. So that's what they're thinking now, and we can't let our guard down here either. We still got big sunspots facing us. Okay, and both of these CMEs had chain reactions tied to them. Okay, filament released off, instigating a solar flare and radiation storm. So, you know, oftentimes we see the flare first, and that's what most people think. But it can happen the reverse, and that's exactly what happened here. We had a CME pop off, and it destabilized the area enough, and it added enough instability there that it went ahead and flared. And when it flared, and all that CME stuff was getting blown out, all the plasma, it also shot out the protons. And like I explained to you guys yesterday, that's what got us with the radiation storm. So there you have it with that. I mean, can't really explain that much more. Let's go down here and check out this one here. Now, this is I show you guys this one because everybody understands what pressure is, right? We all know what pressure feels like and all that. This is magnetic pressure on our magnetosphere. I used to say magnetic pressure on our planet, but it's really not on our planet unless our magnetosphere collapses enough to where it's actually putting pressure on our planet. Okay? So I'm going to change my verbiage there a little bit. You know, regardless, it is putting pressure on us at some level, but I don't want to say, hey, you know, something's squeezing our planet. Well, magnetically, yeah, that's happening, but not in the sense that most people would think. So anyway, this is magnetic pressure, and you can see these waves come in, and you can see how it just gets inundated with the red. Yeah, and again, and you're probably going to see this it's going to hang on like this for a minute. And what you're seeing, guys, again, it's bouncing a lot of this stuff off. Now, if we were to be like concerned about things, you know, we would be looking for our bow shock to be coming back to here and getting inside our satellite line, getting closer to our surface, right? And the bow shock is simply just the first contact point for solar wind, CMEs, or what have you, and our magnetic field. and we get builds ups of waves like shock waves and all these precursors to the actual hit. You know, it's, you got to think of it like a snowplow. It really is like that. So, yeah. But thank you, Lord. I appreciate you, Lord Andrew. All right. Now, again, there's really not much more for me to show you guys. I am going to show you the SDO real quick. So I did want to, oh, there's one more thing I do want to do. I do want to show you guys this because I oftentimes forget to do this for you. I didn't want that. Where's it at? Oh, goodness. I'm sorry, I kind of just threw this together real quick. Oh, there it is. The scales, okay? This is, we're going to take a look at what we can expect, right? Now, I'm just going to go to G3, okay? Because everything that can happen in a G3 or a G2 or a G1 can happen in a G3. So, actually, I'm going to read the G4 also because there's a chance we could get there. Voltage corrections may be required. Okay, false alarms triggered on some protection devices. And notice that they didn't say high latitude. Okay, so this is stuff creeping down further towards the equator also. All right. Spacecraft operations, they may have to, you know, steer the satellites back in because it causes drag. All these particles in our atmosphere and around where our satellites are at, it causes drag, so it slows them down. Speed is the most probably the most important factor in keeping a satellite in the correct orbit. Okay, because you got to think of it like it's falling to Earth, right? And that's how things are moving in space. So I'm not going to go into a big detailed explanation on that, but that's why speed is so critical. So if the drag is there, things slow down. So they got to make sure they can get them back into, you know, orbit right. So anyway, intermittent satellite navigation, low frequency radio navigation problems may occur. That's communications. So they may have issues communicating with the satellites. So just saying. Hey, that's right, Muskrat. Yeah, you remember that, don't you? Thank you for even bringing that up. When I started my channel, guys, I did my videos on a cell phone with a broken screen. Yeah, believe that. High frequency radio may be intermittent. Aurora, obviously. Okay, then we go up here. Possible widespread voltage control problems. In other words, you're getting surges of electricity, okay, or voltage, and it can cause issues, obviously. Things might trip out, thinking things are going to be too strong. So it's like a ground fault circuit interrupter, a GFCI, like in your kitchen or your bathroom. It could be tripping those things out at a larger level, like at the substations and transformers and things like that. All the safety stuff, right? But yeah. So, and then, guys, I mean, I don't want to say G5 because I don't think that's going to happen. But you know, I guess maybe out. I mean, such an outside chance. I don't even want to say it. So, anyway, so we got to keep an eye on this just to see how strong it actually does get. And remember that all the data is coming in, and we do have a weakening magnetic field. There's no question about it. Now, how weak it is and how much it's going to affect us and how fast, what's it going to do when we get hit with these kinds of storms, that's yet to be seen. But we are seeing stuff happen when, like when we see a G1 or a G2, we do see things happening outside of that are more powerful when we're getting these G2s. So, there's a lot of uptick things that we need to, they may have to go in here and redo these, this thing here. The scales, okay? At some point, they're probably going to have to because, if the magnetic field continues to weaken and things happen, that's what we do, right? I mean, it doesn't mean that everything's done and oh my gosh. No, it just means that we got to rework some things, and all that stuff is all that, the magnetic stuff and the reversals and the magnetic field weakening, all that actually is normal on a cycle, okay? I'm not saying that things don't happen outside of the norm, so don't get me wrong there, but You know, it is a cycle if you go look at it. If you guys take the time and go do that research, you'll see it yourself. And I suggest everybody do that. But anyway, you can see how this happens. And also, guys, when the speed goes up, most of the time the density is going to drop because it's taking these particles and just it's flushing them out, right? But it's crazy. Man, let's see here. What else we got? Goodness. All right. So let me look at this real quick. There's something else I want to do real quick. Like, okay, I am going to be keeping you guys updated. I promise you. Okay. But what I want you guys to do right now, if you, oh, sorry.
Well said.
Tommy's doing a live stream right now. Guys, do me a favor and go show them some love. We haven't given anybody a great big wages love bomb in a long time. So anybody that hasn't been over here to the lifeboat, please go over here and check it out. You know, if you're curious about addiction or anything like that, or if you yourself are struggling, it's a family over here. Okay, so just know that. And you're never judged or anything like that. So I would really love for you guys to come over here and check it out. And say, hey, Wages World sent me. Tell Tommy we love him. You know, tell Tommy we love him and what he's doing and everybody over there. I would really love to see that if you guys could. They'd be doing me a solid. I had to step back a little bit from helping co-host the show because of my life and what's going on here personally with me. So do me a favor and help me get people over there too, okay? I would love to see you guys go over and just bomb the crap out of this chat. That would be so cool. But anyway, and you won't be sorry anyway. Go over, give him a subscription, and just check it all out. I'm telling you. So, guys, listen. Anything else big happens, I will be back on here giving you guys an update, even though it's going to be a quick one or what have you. But that's what it is. But yeah. So, what I'm going to do is go ahead and yeah. Okay. So let me let's see here. See if I'm just trying to make sure I got everything I wanted to show you guys. Okay. But anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves. Stay informed. Check it out. Go check out everybody that I talk about all the time. But check out Marf and everybody else and Rip and everybody. So anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.